I know I said in my previous video that I was not planning to do a video today, the Friday that this video is coming out on, but the whole world kind of blew up and Hollywood shut down, which I think is kind of crazy.
1, 2, 3, let's switch this up.
I do want to apologize. I am on a vacation in Spain and you're gonna hear sounds in the back. You're gonna hear cars. You are going to hear kids screaming because there's no other place in this apartment that I can film that has good lighting. This is just what I gotta do. Like I said, I wasn't planning to film a YouTube video here in Spain. I think this is an important video to have. I think it's important to talk about because even though I'm a Canadian actor, I'm based in Toronto, the States is a huge connection to us and our content and what we do. And so there is a lot of things to talk about of like what exactly is happening in Hollywood, why is this place shutting down? And on top of that, how does it affect us here in Canada as content creators, as Canadian actors, as artists, and what do we do and what to go about it. I'm gonna first talk about is what is SAG-AFTRA, when did the strike start, and who are SAG-AFTRA, like what are they? So if you're a Canadian actor, we have a union here called ACTRA, and that is the union that when you are apprentice or union, you go part of that union and you are working with them while you are a Canadian artist. In the States, they have the same thing. It's called SAG-AFTRA. SAG-AFTRA is primarily almost the same thing as ACTRA. They're there to help you. They're there to negotiate your agreements. They're there to negotiate your contracts. They're there to make sure that you have safe working environment, safe working conditions. They're there to help you. The SAG-AFTRA strike started on July 14th, 2023, so really just about a week ago. This is the first time since 1960 when the Writers Guild of America and the SAG-AFTRA strike started together. The last one, like I said, was in 1960, and this is happening again many, many years later. As I talked about on my channel, the writer's strike has started back in May and it's been going on for 2 months. Every single day as the strike is going on and things are not resolved, Hollywood is losing, like the studios are losing lots and lots, like we're talking millions and millions of dollars because there are no writers to be writing scripts for TV shows and film. Hence, this is why I talked about in one of my videos why right now there's going to be a huge demand increase in Canadian content and for Canadian writers to step up their game because they're going to be asking them to fill in the shoes what is left by American writers at the moment. Since the strike is now going on with artists as well, actors, now really everything has shut down because there's nobody there to even film what is available. So nobody's doing anything. And not only that, if you are part of a SAG-AFTRA contract, you're not allowed to do a lot of things, which I'll explain in a second, but basically hence why all of Hollywood is shutting down. So SAG-AFTRA, I should say, their union contract ended with AMPTP and it expired without a deal. They are saying that they have tried their hardest and they have like done a million meetings, which I completely I'm on board with all of that because fighting for these kinds of things is not easy. And so for them to go on strike was really, truly the last resort because their demands and their needs were not being met. And so they really had no other choice but to go on strike in order to get what they're asking for. The strike primarily is in solidarity with WGA, and it is primarily centered with securing strong protections around AI for actors and for writers. The strike is also about residual payments for working on streaming platforms, making sure that everyone's getting paid correctly and enough while working on set and after set as well. So this whole thing about AI is kind of crazy. I cannot believe that this is the world that we are truly living in. I'm all for us moving forward in a technological way. I don't even know if that's a word, but when it comes to essentially replacing actors, background performers, and writers for AI, like this has gone too far. Like this is truly where my heart breaks, and I get really scared for where we're going with this. Basically, what this whole situation with AI is that they want to take, for example, a background performer. They're going to take a photo of this background performer. They're going to take all of their measurements and everything using AI technology. And then what they're gonna do is they're gonna get AI to create that same person that they took a photo with, and they're gonna put it on the screen for the TV show or the film they're making. So for the rest of the movie, that one background performer is going to be used for the entire film, but will not get paid except for the day that they came on to get their photo taken, which is so absurd. And this really breaks my heart because I talk a lot on my channel about if you're new to the industry, where do you start? Background. I used to do background all the time. I did background for like 2 years straight, and this is where I made my connections. This is where I met really great people. This is where I got to learn everything that happens on set and how the industry works and who is who and what does what and everything. And you can't learn these things just by reading books and watching YouTube videos. I mean, there's only so much that I can tell you, but it's completely something else when you actually come on set and you sit there and you watch how this whole thing unfolds. So basically, studios and Hollywood is wanting to take AI technology and not pay people properly. And by just using this photo, they want to be able to just have this photo used all across the film, which is so wrong as well. The same thing is happening for actors. So they basically want to take the AI photo of the actor and then have the actor be in multiple movies, but only be like essentially paid for the one day that they are used of taking their photo. The other thing is, there's a lack of creativity in this. Like, I'm sorry, but like an AI technology thing cannot do the creative, passionate work that an actor or a background performer or an artist or a writer can do. Like, this is just absurd. You're comparing technology to like a human soul and passion for creativity. Like, this is uncomparable. Like, this cannot truly be happening. Not only that, but with AI, primarily with writers, from what I understand and from what I've heard from my writer friends in the States and from other people who are around this, they also want to use AI in order to write scripts. So essentially they want to replace all writers by using AI, and then that's how they're going to be getting the scripts, which is, again, they're trying to save money because they want to make millions of dollars, these like big CEO multi-billionaires, because they'll just put the money into AI and then that's it. They'll never have to continuously pay writers, which writers don't make a lot anyways, in order just to do this AI thing. So what happens during the strike? Basically, all of Hollywood has shut down, as I've mentioned before. No one is allowed to work, no one's allowed to film, no one's allowed to do auditions if you are under the SAG-AFTRA union. If you are non-union in the States, you can film 100%, but it would be better if you didn't, because then you can stand in solidarity with your acting friends and your writer friends with not filming. The other thing is, if there's a SAG-AFTRA union project happening and you're non-union and they're trying to get you to go on it, I'd highly advise you not, because I think you can get into a lot of trouble with that, and it's just not a good look. I wouldn't do it. Personally, in my opinion, I would just literally stick it out, let the strike go through, let people fight for what they're fighting for and stand with them. And then if, once the industry is kind of getting back into it, whatever it's going to be, then I would proceed forward. So like I said, no one is allowed to work. The only things that are allowed to keep going and allowed to be filming would be talk shows, variety shows, reality competition shows, documentaries, awards, podcasts, etc. Another exception, which is a really big conversation right now happening, American productions that are filming outside of the States. For example, House of the Dragon show that is filming in the UK. Because most of those actors on the House of the Dragon show are UK actors, they're part of the British equity. From what I understand from the guidelines, the British equity cannot stand in solidarity with SAG-AFTRA. I don't know if it's a legit rule or they're choosing not to. That is some information I could not find. So if anyone has any info about that, please comment down below. Basically, British actors are not allowed to walk out and stand in solidarity. And because of the exception that it is filmed outside of the States, they do not have to shut down. They're allowed to continue filming while the strike is going on. I do know that the opening, I believe it was like the opening night of the House of the Dragon show, all of the actors, I believe, like stood out or like left or something. So that is their way of showing their solidarity, standing in with SAG-AFTRA workers and performers. You're also not allowed to be promoting anything. Recently, like Simu Liu, who's in the new Barbie movie, made a last promotion post on Instagram. I think it was on the 13th, and he said literally, he's like, this is going to be my last moment promoting this Barbie movie because of the strike that we're going on tomorrow. So if you are part of any new show or any new movie, you're not allowed to be showing and promoting this at all whatsoever as part of the SAG-AFTRA guidelines. I do want to also talk about, there's a little bit of confusion going on, and like, not confusion, but like people are on like literally the wrong side of history and on the wrong side completely by being like, oh, it's just actors wanting to be rich. I'm gonna put it out there, being an actor is not rich at all whatsoever. I'll talk about me, for example. I'm not an American actor, I'm a Canadian actor. We already, by working in Canada, make less than what Americans do. We have not as amazing shows as American shows do. And whenever we want to film something, American productions always come here, but they always come here with their leads already, which are American. And then we come in second as secondary roles, as guest stars, one-time reoccurring, whatever. So regardless, even if you were a lead, if I booked a series regular lead on a show that, let's say, was an American production, like, I don't know, ABC Studios or CBS or whatever, there's no guarantee that you're going to make money after you book that show. There's many people I have met in my lifetime that are my acting friends have booked great things, great parts, but then literally cannot book anything after that, and then they're stuck out of it. So if I book something right now, I wouldn't be quitting my serving job right off the bat. I'd probably go on a leave of absence for a couple of weeks and then just see how things play out. But there's no guarantee that if you book consistently for 2 years, you're going to continue booking after that. And not only that, the pay is always not as amazing. It depends on the budget of the show. It depends on also how well it does in streaming and how much people like it. And then how much it wants to get sponsored by other networks as well. 2% of SAG-AFTRA actors are the celebrities. Only 2%, okay? That is how small of a pool it is to get into the celebrity world. Only 2% of celebrities are in the SAG-AFTRA union, which is not a lot. So all the other percents, which is 98% of people, are working class union workers, just like you, just like me, just like everyone else around us. WGA and SAG, they're not fighting against rich CEOs getting richer or trying to make these rich CEOs get more money. That is literally not what's happening at all. 87% of SAG members don't even qualify for health insurance, and the minimum you need to make in order to qualify for health insurance is $26,000. Like, literally just think about that. Me, on my serving job, I make more money than I would if I was a full-time artist. I haven't made any money from acting in the last 2 years. So I actually, from AFTRA, don't qualify for any health insurance at all whatsoever because I have not booked or made any money from acting whatsoever. The same thing is happening in the States. So all these SAG members who are literally working dailies and dailies and dailies on TV shows and filming and movies, whatever, they need to make minimum $26,000 a year to qualify health insurance. And the fact that they're not even making $26,000, 87% of them are not qualifying for health insurance. Like, that is absurd. That is absolutely screwed up, and that blows my mind, and that makes me really sad because very similar things kind of happen here in Canada as well. I'm gonna finish off this video really quick about what is basically now going to happen for the future of Hollywood and the future of filming and everything. I'm gonna be honest, I'm really happy that the strike is happening because I think it's about freaking time. Things are really changing in Hollywood. There's so many negative, screwed up things happening in Hollywood, and I could not be more happier and more supportive of SAG-AFTRA union members and the WGA members and the writers and everyone else who's affected by it, because this needs to happen. Things really need to change in this industry by so much. Basically, we're gonna see a huge demand and an increase in reality TV shows because unscripted TV is still allowed to be filming. So reality is going to be booming. Lots of Too Hot to Handle shows, lots of probably Love Island, and all those like Netflix shows are going to be coming out. So if you're into reality TV and you want to get on a beautiful love show, then, well, it's your chance. So this is perfect. The other things that we're going to be seeing is a huge increase in content creating, because you are technically, if you're an influencer and you're filming something that is like influencer vibe, you are still allowed to do that even though the strike is going on. In terms of Canada, so what's gonna happen now, and this was already happening when the Writers Guild strike has happened, that there was going to be, and there is happening, a huge increase in Canadian content and demand for it. So now, because there's no actors filming and everything really has shut down, now these studios are gonna be coming to us in Canada and demanding us to start writing things for us to be filming. So it's kind of, if you're looking to get started in the industry, you're kind of in the right place. If you're located in Canada, Vancouver, Toronto, like, you are in the hub of probably getting out there right now a lot. Now, if you are also a union actor, like me, I'm an apprentice actor. If you're not getting auditions right now, very normal. I have not had an audition in over a month now because of the strike, because a lot of the things that you as a union actor are auditioning are American funded productions. And so they're most of the time also American writers that are writing it and American actors that are the leads filming on it. If you're not getting auditions, please don't freak out. Please don't go be writing to your agent being like, why am I not getting auditions? Your agent is just as much freaking out right now as you are, because none of their actors are able to audition or make any money. So if I were you, I'd reach out to your agent and just check in and make sure that they're doing okay. I think that's a great way to kind of keep the connection and just be like, hey, thinking of you, hope all is well. Please don't go writing to your agent being like, why am I not getting auditions and demanding to be booked and stuff, because nobody's getting booked right now in anything. But definitely there's gonna be a huge increase in Canadian content right now. They're gonna be coming to us and they're gonna be asking us to be filming and to be writing. So if you are interested in getting into this world and if you are looking to kind of get your acting started, get your writing started, getting your directing, this is a good time for you to get your package together and kind of figure out where you wanna go with this and what you're trying to do. Anyways, I'm off. Please, please, please reach out to me. You all know that my DMs are open. You know that my comments are open. I'm standing with all of you. If you are affected by it, I'm so sorry. Please, please, please just hang on. Sending all of you big hugs. If you have any more questions that I did not answer them, please comment below and I'll be happy to answer them. And okay, I love you and I'm gonna go enjoy my vacation because this world is falling apart apparently. Okay, love you honeys. Bye.